Works is faith expressed in the book. It was preached in 65. The prophet said, that's the same as it is today. Our works express what faith we have. I hope you listen close. But if we're afraid to act on what we believe, then we do not believe it.
Amen.
Are you getting that? Amen. Another book. Remember what it said? If you don't live what you say you believe, it don't matter what you speak here, you do not believe it.
Amen.
Then what about where God put the man? What he's supposed to be and do? If he don't live it, I can't help if he says 1,000 times a day, I believe it, he does not believe it. Amen. What about the woman? If she don't live it, she don't believe it. Amen. Now, that man is going to answer for everything he does. Amen. Everything. He'll answer to who? God.
Amen.
But do you know what's happened so many times today? Women are trying to make them answer to them. Amen. This is not going over. But I'm quoting the prophet right now. The prophet said, instead of him being her ruler, she turned around, now she rules. Amen. And Satan has crept among believers. Amen. Well, I'll say this, that's supposed to be believers. Amen. And put this stuff in their head instead of staying with God. What do they want? The same thing you did. I want my way, or I'll never line up. Amen.
Amen.
You would think, now I hope you realize this is not just here now, but you would think after many years as I have preached this, my dad preached it, that prophet preached it, that it wouldn't bring a feeling like it is in here right now when you preach these things. So the word has not changed. Go home, look in the mirror, see who changed. It's not him.
Amen. Glory.
Oh, if you used to shout years ago with this word and can't shout with it no more, you used to say, oh, that's the truth, and say, now I don't know, then you're not a child of God, no way to even claim to be a child of God. His word never changes. All right? Now, so you got to believe it. Abraham's works was expressing his faith that he had in God's promise. Have we got a promise in this day? Now, a gift, just like I said last night, a gift is wonderful, but you can't base your eternal destination on gifts. You cannot major on a minor.
Amen.
Now, how many believes the prophet said when them healing campaigns were going on, that was just a minor thing. But when this message comes, did the message come after that? Amen. Did we have that whole message, not leaving none of it out? Amen. Did he say, now, this is major,
Amen.
Not a minor?
Amen.
Now, and gifts is a minor. Satan can impersonate any gift that God's got. He can make something just exactly like it. Now, how do you explain that? Look at that prophet standing there in that pulpit and discern the thoughts that was in the hearts. Look at Satan making some of these hypocrites out here that stand up, oh, somebody got a headache, somebody got a foot problem, somebody got this. See, he can make something look like it, but it's not the original.
Amen. Right.
But God had the original here, and that's what we're holding on to tonight.
Amen. Lord.
Now, faith is a revelation from God. Faith, there's where I want to stay. Just a moment. It's a revelation. He had revealed it to you by His grace. It's nothing you did. You didn't work yourself up into the faith. You never had faith. It's given to you by the grace of God. Now listen to that. And God reveals it to you. Therefore, faith is a revelation. And the whole church of God is built upon the revelation of God. Now, when I get over here a little closer, what if Moses would have said? Just a moment. I thought I was talking to an intelligent being, this great I am, that you say you are. How in the world will I ever take this little old crooked stick that I got here in my hand and take over an army of millions of men, armed with spears and fighters, and I am not a fighter, I'm a shepherd. How can I ever do it? Did he do it?
Amen.
There was no question. Why? The ground in his heart. He was a predestinated person. Gifts and callings are without repentance. If God calls a man to do something, he's going to do it. There ain't no devil going to stop him from doing it. God had told Abraham that he would do that, and there was the ground prepared. Now, the Bible said, hallelujah, we know what we're going to. We're at the end of the journey. This is the 65. God has promised there's a land beyond the river. I wonder how many are going to come up and look over at that and die and never make it to the promise. Why? The world we're living in.
Amen.
You watch too much TV. You read too many books.
Amen.
If you read as many Proverbs books as you do the things of the world, you'd have more word in you to combat that when it comes against you.
Amen.
But instead, we're listening to all of that. We listen to the women of the world. Now we don't have to do none of this stuff that the prophets say.
Bless him, Lord.
Amen. I told you, it's a shame as many years that we've heard this, and right now it's just like taking a hammer knocking you in the head.
Amen.
Just about knocks you out.
Bless him, Lord.
Be fearless in your testimony. If it's revealed to you, you are fearless. Have we seen that here lately?
Glory.
Has something been revealed to us
Amen.
that prophet left here 2 or 3 different ways? Do you see somebody fearless with it?
Amen.
It don't matter how many is listening out there, and you've done found that out now. It's going to be spoke because they're fearless with it. I know what went through some of the mind. Well, if it ever gets out and some of them gets a hold of it, he'll change it. No, I'm going down harder now than I've ever went down.
Glory.
I know there's a prophet in the land right now, and I know God sent him, and I know God named him, and I know a lot of them thought, well, he'll back up when it hits out here. No, I'm going at it harder now than I've ever went.
Glory.
There is something that has not been said that needs to be said, and the thunders have that.
Amen.
You believe that?
Amen.
It's God's word. Now, if God thought it, the prophet spoke it, that settles it.
Amen.
Now, are we hearing what he spoke? I'm not opening these books and adding nothing to it.
Glory.
I'm not taking nothing away from them. I want the word. I don't know about you. Now, when it's revealed to you, this is the truth coming from God, then you can be fearless. If not, you can't be. It's got to be revealed to you. I believe I can take the word that I have, which is the words of that prophet. And I have done it here lately, to stand in the face of any of them out there. And not try to put one thing and say, this is what I believe, this is what I think. But open the book and give them the answer.
Amen.
And if I do that, what's been wrong with us all these years?
Glory.
Do
Amen.
you believe this message that's here now? We believe that. I listen to preachers out here now that says, we know that people, he said it's a doctrine going around, that if a young man is going with a girl and he asks her to marry, she says yes, that they're married. He said that's hogwash. Now you think about that. Where did that come from? It comes from God.
Glory.
Who gave us that? That prophet told us.
Amen.
He said, you are married right then. The only thing you do when you go to a preacher or something, and you can make it right with the laws of the land. But you are married that minute, and they're out there calling it hogwash. And they're saying, I believe everything that prophet said. These young people right here have been balled up in nothing but this word right here.
Amen.
A lot of them buried off from it, went away from it. You can't blame the preacher.
That's right.
All the preacher can do is lay it out here. We know how to marry, we know how to act. The boys know how to act, the girls know how to act.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Glory.
And I know this world is getting so strict. And you look around, and you see young boys and girls sitting here. boys sitting here. Some of you have. We've got girls sitting here. And I preach as hard as I can. If you're going to date somebody in the Word.
Amen. That's right.
But you see so many that don't want to date somebody in the Word. They want something of the world.
That's right.
And the Bible said, here's the way he put it. He said the problem is they're looking for some beautiful sex queen out here somewhere.
Amen.
That everybody in the world looking at.
Amen.
Instead of a nice looking girl that holds herself right, acts right around men. They don't want that. And neither does the young girls in these days want a man that'll settle down and take care of them. They want something wild as they can get. And parents, it's up to us to talk to them. But I'm going to tell you, the devil's got a lot more out there right now than you'll ever find in the message. And you think he won't throw them up in front of them?
That's true.
And some I have talked to right here and preached, and I got to say it. And they walked over that word like it didn't mean nothing when I hear murder these sex queens, and Lord have mercy, what a shame! Amen. Did not listen to that word, not at all.
Amen.
Then look what's happened. Amen.
Amen.
Bring up your children. And I know a lot of people said, well, I try to. And we know what the word said, bring them up. They'll never depart from it. It don't matter what they go out here and do wrong, that's going to be in their heart the rest of their life. Amen. That's what he's talking about. You brought them up right. You taught them right. Amen. Well, I hope you did anyhow. Amen. And where does it start? It starts in the home with mama and daddy.
Amen. Glory.
The life they live.
Amen.
How they act.
Amen.
The way they raise them. If you got a man that don't care if he works or not, takes care of the family, lives the life he should in front of them, raise them the way they should be.
Amen.
If he don't care about that, watch what happens.
Amen.
You take a mother that just couldn't care less, dress anyway, let the kids dress anyway, get out and run wild, run crazy, watch the little children come right behind them. That's why he said, bring them up. You don't just bring them up and say you do this and you live in a life in front of them that's absolutely contrary to what you're telling them.
Amen. Glory. Amen.
Little children can't read your mind.
Glory.
And when you say, well, what Brother Branham said is right, and then you out here smoking, drinking, cussing, carrying on.
Amen.
All the things of the world, them children cannot hear a word you're saying.
Amen.
You're one of the biggest hypocrites that ever walked. If you're not going to live the word, turn from again. God hates something that's lukewarm. You're either in the message or you're out of the message. And I can't help it who it is or who it's in. This is God's word. But what's the matter with so many today? Well, if I can't have this and I can't have that one, oh, this one's a hunk and that one's a hunk, if I can't have that one, I don't want any of it.
Glory.
It could be the very one you need.
Amen. Glory.
Will be the one that's a little humble fellow. That's sitting there that'll work and take care of you. And don't be like some of them when you get a hold of one like that, will do that and then treat them like dirt.
Amen. Right. Glory.
Thank God for the water tonight.
Glory. Amen.
Am I telling you the truth?
Amen. Glory.
So why are you so fired up on this? To look out here in the world, what Satan's doing right now.
Amen.
I'm not going to get into it, but how many's read the thing that the prophet talked about? Where he married two people that were poor.
Amen.
You know what it was in that relationship? Love.
Amen. Glory.
But then found a rich one that had the beautiful woman, and she had a handsome man that had all the money anybody could need. It probably didn't make this up. And when he walked by one day, God let these things happen. And there was a rich couple in there laying it on one another, fussing and fighting and arguing.
Amen.
But here was that little poor couple lived in a boxcar.
Amen.
And he was working with everything just to get her a dress that she wanted.
Amen. Glory.
And she said, you don't have to do that. And he thought, oh my, what a difference that was.
Amen. Glory.
What are so many of them married for today? Looks. That's what the Bible said. I got to tell you. But looks.
Glory. Amen.
Shame on us.
Amen.
I look around and see young boys sitting around here that will work, do whatever, and white girls don't want to have nothing to do with some of it. No.
Amen.
I
Glory.
wish I had a husband. What do you want?
Amen.
Glory.
I wish I had a girlfriend. What do you want? I know you don't like this, but how many knows I'm telling you the truth? And moms and dads, if it's ever a time, you better encourage your children. Get with somebody that's in the Word and not, and they still might walk over. But you have done your part.
Amen. Glory.
I've done my part over the years, and you know it as well as I know it. I have stood right here and preached this as hard as I can preach it.
Amen. Glory.
And I have watched one after another go right out here. And all the word, they had to walk right over my boys screaming in their ears, don't do it. And pick these painted faced Jezebels out here and marry them.
Amen. Glory.
And it's been nothing but trouble ever since.
Amen. Right.
Why? That's what was in their heart.
Amen.
That's what they wanted.
Glory.
Or you're looking at me. And I've had a rough day. And the devil fighting me right now with some of these things that's coming out here.
Bless you, Lord.
Working on cleaning my truck out. Where I've been to the ocean. Just cleaned the inside out and twisted my back. And some of you fellas, or women too, know how it is. You don't have to be lifting something heavy, but just twist a certain way.
Amen.
And boys, that was yesterday. But I've noticed standing here, I might walk a little funny when I come out, because when your back gets you in here like that, and especially when you get in your 70s, it's pretty bad. But I'll walk right out of it.
Amen.
Glory.
I don't sit down and say I can't go anymore. I just keep on getting it.
Amen.
You don't know how many times today when I try to get out of a chair or something, I had to push myself up, twist and turn. I said, all right, this was the devil. Maybe I'll just call it a night. Oh, that's going to be hard standing up there preaching. Don't think I wasn't feeling it there for a while. But I said, no, the closer it got to church, the closer it got. I said, nope, I'm not going to call nothing off. And here I am.
Amen.
Somebody needs what I'm putting out here tonight.
Amen. Glory.
We don't come out, I hope you don't come out here to be seen or see somebody. I hope you come here with one thing on your mind. And how many things, I have said it over and over and over. And I have watched. I've watched just about it. I see people sitting here now that's granddads, grandmothers, that were little children when I was sitting on the organ playing for my dad. I know how all of us was raised.
Amen.
Amen.
But a lot of us change.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Bless you,
Glory.
Lord.
But that word don't change people.
Amen. Glory.
There ain't one way we'll make it out of here. Is this word right here.
Amen. Glory.
So what did you tell your young boys? I tease my boys all the time. All the time. Even down to Levi. And he ain't, what, 9 years old? And I tease him. I see girls or something. I say, I seen that. And I pick at them. But if they even thought, well, I'm going to go out there and talk to one like that. I'm going to sit them down and have a talk with them. When they get of age, they'll talk to who they want to, even if it's out in the world. But they're going to hear what Daddy has preached. Going through their ears. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't have this girl. And God, I hope I apply that to every one of mine. I have watched over the years. Some of them walk over and I see what they're going through with out there now.
Amen.
Think about that. I have watched it. Got a boy right now. Look what he's going through with. Look what he went through with. Went on out of here and got somebody out of the Word. And it's been nothing but trouble ever since.
Amen.
Amen. Right.
Still trouble right now. You can't walk over top of God's word and ever be what God wants you to be.
Amen.
Do you believe that?
Amen. Right.
Now I want you to listen. A little David standing there. And when I was reading these today, I thought of me standing right here. And that prophet said, once you've got the revelation, and let me put it this way, of what that prophet says, don't be fearful with it, go.
Amen. Glory.
What I preached that prophet said about Joseph, I'm going with it.
Amen. Glory.
What he preached about marriage and divorce, polygamy, I'm going with it.
Amen.
And on top of that, I am fearless with it.
Amen. Glory.
If I stand for him, he's going to stand for me.
Amen. Glory.
And we're so close to the end now. Look at the strange things that's happening in the weather. I've watched as this, some of y'all may have seen this dust storm come up in Arizona. I believe it was. And it's coming from there. Coming across the ocean. What they showed coming into part of the United States. Huh? From Africa. And it's coming, how many saw that? Nothing but a big cloud of dust just rolling, just keeps coming. And when you see that, I thought, that's just how quick God could bring up something out here. Just step back and let the devil have it. And he'd bring something all the way over the earth that would just wipe everything on the earth out in a matter of minutes. Something is going to happen.
Amen.
I believe I know how some of it's going to happen. They've got atomic bombs that's hanging everywhere.
Amen.
And this world is so full of goofy leaders. So yeah, boy, them other countries, Africa and Russia and Syria and all that. No, America's got some of the goofiest leaders that there are on the face of the earth.
Amen.
They're just as crazy as the rest of them.
Amen.
And once all of this starts, it don't matter what you ask them to help you do, it's not going to help.
Amen.
There's but one way to look. Now, I think I mentioned this Wednesday night. The prophet said we got some of the most dreadful times that's ever been laying right ahead of us.
Amen.
And when the waves start coming in, I believe I'll see them out here.
Amen.
We'll caress every one of them.
Amen. Glory.
Every last one of them. I don't know about you. I lay claims on that.
Amen.
He was talking to me when he said that.
Amen.
I'm going to hold on to this, and I'll ride right over it. Oh, he didn't say to stop the waves. They're coming, but he'll take you over top of them. Is that what's going on out here now?
Glory. Thank you.
So what if I get this disease that's going around? You just hold on. Something's going to take you out of here one day. When your time comes, is up here, you're going somewhere. But until that time, you don't have to put up with the devil. I don't care if it's COVID-19 or if it's the bird flu or cow flu or whatever you want to call it. Put a name on it. It's all the devil.
Amen.
So it don't matter. He'll deliver us out of all of them. So it don't matter what the name of it is. Now, standing there with a little piece of leather, a sheepskin, 2 pieces of string tied to it. But it was revealed to him. The revelation struck him. He said, the God that took me out of the paws of that bird, out of the paws of the lion, how much more will he deliver me? Deliver that uncircumcised Philistine in my hand. Why? The revelation struck him. He got a hold of it. Now, do you believe God sent a prophet in this day? Do you believe he left some things right here? And when I believe the 7 thunders on earth, I don't care how much, what they say out here, I believe it 100%. So I'm holding on to that. I don't know what you believe.
Amen. Glory.
It's like I said, there's so many different groups out here that say they're following that prophet. And you know what every one of them says? God thought it, Brother Brown spoke it, I believe it. Oh, what about this message where he mentioned believe? I don't believe it.
Amen. That's right.
Whose thoughts was that message?
Amen.
Who was it all the way through?
Amen.
Thus saith, not William Branham, thus saith God, thus saith the Lord, from beginning to the end. Amen. Now, if God thought that prophet spoke it, wonder why they can't believe it.
Amen. That's right.
They say they do. Did God Well, let me just read this right here, and I'll add this part in. Look at John the Baptist. Expressed his faith by his works. I believe that's going on right now. If we got faith in something, the people are going to find out about it. They're going to hear about it. John didn't keep this quiet. He expressed his faith by his revelation. So we see the people could see the expression upon him in the way he was preaching and the way he was acting was expressing that he had a true revelation from God.
Lord.
Is it the same yesterday, today, and forever?
Amen. Right.
Do we see that, or we sit here with our little hard heads? No, this is what I believe. I'm not accepting nothing else. You're not going to get anywhere with God. Oh, I don't care if you read it from the book. I'm still going to do what I want to. Now, I have to ask sometimes, why do we come here?
Amen.
If we don't believe what's here, why are we here?
Amen.
This is it. This is the Word.
Amen. Glory.
And if it is, somebody mentioned this to me the other day about respecting. And I said, well, I didn't preach that message, but I can read it to you. And that's what the prophet said about your pastor.
Amen.
You respect him even if he's wrong.
Amen.
You respect him anyhow. Well, he don't have to be wrong. He can be right and you just think he's wrong.
Amen. It's true.
Amen. Right. Lord.
Amen.
And the respect's out the door.
Amen.
Did I preach that message?
Lord.
Amen.
Who gave it to you? That prophet.
Amen.
Now, do you believe everything he said? Really?
Amen. Glory.
Ask yourself these things. Remember, we're at the end. Some got in at the table and sat down that did not have a garment on.
Amen.
Well, they could probably sit there and holler, amen. Yeah, that's true. Walk right back out and refuse to be what the Word told them to be.
Amen.
But a sad time is right out in front of us.
Amen. Glory.
What is that time? Somebody's going to step over to the promised land.
Amen. Glory.
And the rest is going right out into tribulation.
Amen.
Why? Wanting to please themselves more than they want to please God.
Amen.
Man or women. I can't help who it is. Now, let me turn over here again. And I started to say something a while ago, but I don't know what I got over here. Now the prophet's talking about this. Being in a little motel room, in a closet praying. Right then the Holy Spirit revealed to me, said, you'll have a son, you'll call his name Joseph. I got up from there and thank God.
Glory.
Now I'm going to ask you, did the people laugh at him? Did they make fun of him? Did they say maybe you meant Josephine?
Amen.
But he never staggered one time.
Amen.
Did the doctor say it can't be? Did he say your wife will die? But he never staggered one time.
Amen. Glory.
Wonder how it made him feel. When she would say, do you think I'll make it? I don't know what's going to happen. But you're going to have that boy.
Amen.
There's faith doing the talking.
Amen.
Now I'm
Glory.
going to ask you, did it bring the promise?
Amen. Glory.
Did we see that happening in this
Amen.
state we're
Glory.
living
Thank
in?
you. Glory.
Then he talked about, now I hope some of these preachers right here will get this, that's making these remarks out here, 65 preachers, I'll just say it,
Amen.
hollering, oh I know, everybody says he's a prophet, well I can't read my Bible where he is, what a bunch of hypocrites.
Amen.
They don't believe that prophet.
Glory. Amen.
Talking here, the people, what the doctors are saying. I said, I'm going to have it by her doctor. He said, you might have it by another woman. He said, no, I'm going to have this baby by her. Because God said so.
Amen.
I couldn't read it out of the Bible.
Glory.
Amen. Was he a prophet?
Amen.
Who did the word come to?
Amen.
The prophet. I couldn't read it out of the Bible, but it was wrote on my heart. By revelation, by faith. God said so. Didn't want to stagger at the promises of God through unbelief.
Glory.
Now on the other page, he's talking about how he went to Green Mill, all tore up. A woman prophesied. That was the devil using the woman to try to go against him. He still didn't stagger. Then he said, I went, there's a little fella. It's a big old boy. She couldn't hardly walk going out through the field. I run and threw my arms around her and said, honey, Joseph is coming.
Amen. Glory.
Joseph is on his road.
Amen. Glory.
Now, I'll just say it, Dr. Reagan and some of these preachers out here, because they call names, I can't read it in my Bible. Well, the Bible said he couldn't read it in his. But he's a prophet, and God told him it was going to happen. Amen. That same God said, Joseph, my son, you are a prophet.
Amen.
God didn't just send that boy. God named that boy.
Amen. Glory.
So where do they stand at? Think about these things. Anyone knows. Well, cesarean, you can't let the baby drop. That night the baby dropped. The water broke, everything else. Next morning, and watch the numbers. I hit this not too long back, but I want to drill it in out here. The next morning, at 7 o'clock, is that God's number?
Amen. Glory.
Went over to the hospital. The doctor said, oh, mercy goodness. Now this same doctor said you can't have it. I kissed her goodbye. Said, honey, it won't be long. Joseph will be here. She went up the steps, went in like that on the operating table. A few minutes. The nurse come back. Said, Reverend Branham? I said, yes, ma'am. Said, you got a fine 7-pound, 3-ounce boy. Wonder why 7 pounds and 3 ounces. Is 7 and 3 God's number?
Amen.
Do we have a 7 seal? She said, you got a fine 7-pound, 3-ounce boy. 7 seal, 3rd pull.
Amen. That's right.
Now I'm going to add something to it right here. I said, Joseph, son, welcome. Yes, sir. Why? It wasn't written in the Bible that would happen. Are you getting it? It wasn't written in the Bible.
Amen. Glory.
Let me say it. What them thunder preachers was never written in the Bible.
Amen. Glory. Amen.
Is he adding all this together? Are we sitting in here tonight getting these mysteries? What them preachers was never written in the Word. Now, if you believe God and believe His prophet, you know He said that. What did it say right here? It was not written in the Bible that would happen.
Amen. Glory.
But we had a prophet, and that word came to him.
Glory.
And I'm going to tell you this. What them thunders say was never written in the Bible, but that prophet put it here. And them thunders is going to preach it as sure as I'm standing in front of it.
Amen.
And
Glory.
whether we realize it or not, the battle is right out in front of us.
Amen. Glory.
And the words of our prophet in the 4th seal, talking about Revelations 19, the coming of the Lord, how it will slay the enemy. And Satan hates that. He don't want people to get it. But God's got somebody on earth fulfilling that right now.
Amen. Glory. Thank you, Lord.
I believe that with all my heart.
Amen.
And as he went on down, talking about them meeting one another, he said, here they are riding as hard as they can go. But here comes Christ riding on a white horse. And all the host of heaven is behind him. And when they get down there, those following him on white horses also. How many believes that's the word?
Amen.
And I have hit the night. If you stay here and are not that word, you might well be going out.
Amen.
Not my word, but his word.
Amen.
You're
Glory.
either in it or out of it.
Amen. Glory.
God don't like a dish rag.
Amen. Right.
Somebody believes it one day and doubts it the next. Somebody says, I believe the word, and dares them to live what you say you believe.
Amen.
Glory.
And he said, they on white horses also. And they're coming right down to meet the devil. Are we right down there now?
Amen. Glory.
And his word was, he did not make a mistake. If he had it, he would have corrected it. He said, they know. Who? The ones that was on the word with him.
Amen.
They know these thunders will issue this. Do we know what issue means? Issue it in.
Amen. Glory.
Are we right at that right now? Is it fixing to take place?
Glory.
Is the world in the worst shape it's been ever that I can see?
Amen.
It can't get no worse than what it is. Not much.
Glory.
Everything's on the edge. Every time you pick the paper up, somebody been shot to death in their cars, in their homes, drugs involved everywhere.
Amen.
And people that say they're in the message go out here and get involved with it.
Amen.
Amen. Right.
What a shame.
Amen. Glory.
Man that's got wives and families get out there and hang around a group of dopeheads, no other way to put it.
Amen.
Drunks!
Amen. Glory. Amen.
And that's the way they do. And say, I love my family.
Glory.
Knowing that's what the devil's doing out there.
Amen.
Amen. Glory.
And who is it that usually gets killed? Not the one that's doing the drugs,
That's right.
but the innocent family, the innocent wife, or the innocent husband if it's a wife doing it.
Amen.
And the children.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
And then they holler, I love them. I doubt your testimony.
Amen. Right.
You can't love a family and put them in that condition.
Amen. Glory.
With this stuff going on, it cannot be, it can't be, it will never. It's not a real true child of God.
Amen.
And how sad it is for a preacher that's been preaching the message of that prophet all these years and still have to hit these things and burn people up.
Amen. Glory.
It is a shame.
Amen.
How you hit the word here, what the man, how he's to set that example for his family. How the woman to obey that husband, to listen to him, not boss him around, make smart remarks about him or to him. You're wrong!
Glory. Thank
And the family seeing that.
you. Amen.
Didn't let one of your children smart off at you and oh boy, you're ready to tear them up right now. Shame on you!
Amen. Glory. Amen.
They're watching the example you're sitting there in front of them. Mommy gets by, so I can get by. And I tell you this, ain't nobody getting by.
Amen. Glory.
That man will answer for everything that family does. And every one of you right here knows that to be the truth.
Amen. Right.
But I wonder how many respect that man enough to realize he's got to answer when I act stupid.
Amen.
He's
Glory.
got to answer when I do stuff. Oh, I love him, I love him, I love him. And then do that. Your actions are way too loud till nobody's hearing nothing they're speaking here.
Amen. Glory.
It's a shame. It is pitiful. I know you don't like me, and I know this is one out there, and I'll probably hear a lot from this. But this is God's word.
Amen. Right.
And if you love that man, you will never step over that word to even cause him to have to say something.
Amen. Glory.
And if he does, you will respect it and repent. But get them to repent. They wouldn't, why? They'd rather die, and you will, than to repent. Say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
Glory.
They couldn't care less.
Bless you, Lord.
So all the stuff, I love him, I love him, I love him, and then do that. Does actions speak louder than words?
Amen. Glory.
Where are we at, people? What hour are we living in? It's a sad time now.
Amen.
Somebody has got to preach that word. And how I feel when I'm standing here preaching now, looking at this audience, I see this going different places. I don't know what it's going to do, what power when I come right behind it. But it's not only here, it's going out there. And the thought that's going through my mind, you'll get it your last time one day and you wouldn't line up. Then it'll go out here, then the end's coming.
Amen.
How many believe we got the word here?
Amen. Glory.
You believe the word's going to have to meet it head on out here? You really believe that? I believe it. I don't know about you. But where are we at? Live the life that nobody would have to say, I think they believe like this. They should be able to look at you and know how you believe. by the actions, the things you do, and the way you act.
Amen.
Amen. Glory.
What did that word tell us all? And I'm going to close here in just a minute. Love one another. Be good to everybody. Don't just pick this one out, that one out, and that one out. Oh, I like that. I'm going to be good to him. You better be good to everybody.
Amen.
And if you can't do that, we say, I want to be like Jesus. I want to live like he did. I want my life to be like his. Check your life and see.
Amen. That's right.
The
Glory.
answer is in the Word. You don't have to listen to me. It's in the Word. How many wants to line up with God's Word? You can see how I have to stand here and preach this and realize it's not just here now. I'd have never thought a year ago that this would be going on. But it's going on. I have preached for years now that death is riding all over the land. And I sit here tonight preaching with life. That's the only source of life there is God. And I see death riding the world over out here. From beginning to the end.
Amen.
And I believe people that are supposed to be children of God are less interested than they ever was before.
Glory.
It's a sad time. But somebody is going to hold on. And I want to be one of them. What about it?
Amen. Glory. Thank you.
God bless you.